I'm going to try and make...
No, you're going to make.
I'm going to try and make some chocolate orange souffles. I don't have Cointreau or any orange liqueur, but I do have orange essence. So that'll have to do.
Some orange zest in it, not
That also goes in it. First step, make a bain-marie. A bain-marie is when you have boiling water and then you put a heat resistant something on top and then put whatever you want to melt in that and then it'll melt it nicely rather than burning it. The other bowl is too big because you don't want it to touch the water because then it defeats the point of having a bain-marie. Weigh out 150 grams of dark chocolate, break it up, put it in your bowl to melt. Whilst that is melting, I'm going to divide the eggs into their whites and yolks. Haha! Professionalism. Make sure when you're dividing egg yolks and egg whites that what you're putting the egg whites into is very clean, soapy, hot water, clean tea towel, because if there's any sort of fat in there, it's not going to fluff up. The oranges fell.
The oranges are sabotations.
Usually, actually I just use my hand. Easy.
Why don't you just put them in that?
Because if I get any egg yolk in this initially, the whole batch is ruined. So I do it one at a time in this. And so if I get egg yolk in it, it's not going in the entire batch. And I'm not wasting eggs.
There. Smart.
Ooh, this one egg yolk in it. Yep, I hit too hard. I didn't quite. Well, now I need to clean my hands. My hands are covered in egg yolk. Clean the towel. Don't lick your fingers.
I know.
Hygiene.
I know.
I only need 3 egg yolks. I need 5 egg whites. You can store egg yolks if you put them in a vessel, cover it with cold water, and then use it in the next couple of days.
It's a shame you can't just get egg yolks or egg whites.
You can.
Then?
You can get cartons of just egg whites.
Fair enough.
I think I'd planned on actually getting them at some point, and then I never did. What if I do one where it's the smaller eggs, not the large egg?
Yes.
Egg. One last egg, smaller than the rest because I am missing only a little bit. When I was at college, we would actually weigh out the eggs. But the problem is that most recipes don't have weights for eggs, they just tell you how many eggs to use.
Looks so weird and water. Also, if you're wondering why we're at this angle, it's on top of the fridge and it's the best angle we could get.
Yeah, perfect.
They completely melted, they just kept their shape.
I'll see you at the table.
What am I doing?
Take some of the butter and put it in the ramekins. Swirl it around.
Get a good finger.
And then take the soft brown sugar, half a tablespoon of sugar in, and then twist it round so you've got a layer of that sugar around the edge as well. By the way, right now in the recipe it's saying beat the 3 egg yolks into the hot melted chocolate and stir in the cream. What's going to happen if you put the 3 egg yolks into the hot chocolate is that the eggs will cook. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to temper the eggs by putting in a little bit of chocolate and letting it adjust to the temperature, and then I'll put in the rest of the chocolate. You're not going to be able to see it without it coming out, but I've got the 3 egg yolks. I'm just going to give them a quick squeeze, and then in order to temper the eggs, rather than what the recipe is saying, I'm just going to add a little bit of the hot chocolate. Now I can add a little more. At this point where you've tempered the eggs, you can just put in the rest of the chocolate. So at this point we've got quite a smooth, almost looks like a ganache. Look at that. So like I said, I don't have the boozy orange, but I do have, you can't even see, but I do have zesty orange extract. Much less of it as well. I'm not going to use the same amount. 59 ml.
Your smaller ones there.
15 ml is 74. I need 75, so that's pretty much perfect. Do the chocolate mixture. You can add 75 millilitres of double cream. Nom.
Baking butter has an interesting taste.
It's essentially not butter.
Yeah.
The liqueur I'm meant to use 2 tablespoons of. I'm not going to use 2 tablespoons of this because that would be deadly.
Do you need a hand?
No. I don't need no man. I'm going to put in 2 capfuls because really I'm making this bit up. And the zest of half an orange. None of it is falling, so I'll need to scrape it all out. When you're zesting, make sure that you don't go all the way to the white bit, as that bit can be quite bitter. You just want it to be colourful. I don't know what that means. This is very wet zest. Jesus, that is a wet mess.
This is some juicy orange.
It's just a goop of zest. Usually zest would not be this wet, but the zest of half an orange. Half a teaspoon of vanilla. This smells so good.
I can smell it from here. It smells delicious.
This gets left to cool Prepare the boozy cream. No. The egg whites that you got earlier need to be whisked until, as the book says, they are stiff but not dry. So let's see if this works. Ow.
Apparently this is hurting yourself.
Shh. I did nothing. I had this whole joke planned.
What
Do I
joke?
do it?
Do it. What's the joke? Was asking?
I've been going through studying button.
You fool!
Do you see what you've got?
Argue with me, that was funny.
That was fun here. If these don't work, I'll need to use a whole other bunch of eggs. Poor thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on low and I'm going to add a little bit of brown sugar at a time. I like to do a lot of editing where I put like amounts and everything up on the screen. Okay, for the beating. You can see it, my head's too high. What I'm going to do is I'm going to beat a quarter of the egg white into this mixture, and I'm not going to be quite as gentle as you probably shouldn't think I should be, as it's just an initial incorporation. Taking a big ladle, a quarter of the mixture, and I'm going to mix it in, fold it in. Don't have to be as gentle with this first one, but making sure it's all properly mixed.
I'm just making jokes.
Anything Andrew says is bullshit.
I'm the comedic relief.
Of what's left, I will add comedic relief. I will add half of what I've got left in egg white, and this one being a bit more gentle, making sure there's no big pockets of egg white.
Is that a cat in there?
Schrodinger's cat.
I was thinking Big Cat from Sonic.
Why would
Making
there
sure there's no big in there.
Nani! I haven't shown you any of this inside the bowl, but you've seen it on TV. If it works, it works.
If it doesn't, disregard this entire video.
If the title of this video is "We Try," it means it failed. Not greatly impressed with how lumpy this is, but also how thin it is.
As long as it tastes good at the end.
I have some lumps in here. I don't want to mix it anymore though. So basically, you don't want to overmix it because otherwise all the air that we just beat into the egg whites will leave. Oh well, if this doesn't work, then we know. I've never made it before and it doesn't say how much you need to fill them, and I've got tiny little ramekins. This is all
Off the cuff.
off the cuff.
Is the mixture meant to rise at all?
Yes. Souffle in French means puffed up.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think this has lost a lot of the egg whites puff. I'm using the goo ramekins as they can be cooked in the oven, and that's what I have. I don't have any proper size ramekins. I've still got some left over. If this goes well, I guess we can make more. Centre of the oven, and it says 9 to 10 minutes, but of course mines are tiny. Making sure they are spread far apart, well risen but with a slight wobble in the centre. And a wobble away with wibble. Whilst those are in the oven, I'm going to whip up the cream. Again, it should be a boozy cream, but I don't have booze. 200ml of cream. And I'll just use the rest. I'll put 1 capful of the orange flavouring, so it's not overpowering. I've whipped up the cream. Let's just see.
There might not be enough room for the cream.
Slightly wobble. That's fine. They're not like puffed as much as I would want them to be. So I've discovered that when the book says serve immediately, it means serve immediately. I thought I'd let them cool down. Nope, they've just flattened. Oh well. So it's been a few hours. There's a bit of cream on each. Ta-da! They did rise a little bit. I think we've got a little bit of footage of them risen. Yeah. But of course they shrunk because it's been hours. I'll put it out, I've never had souffle before, so I don't know how it's meant to be.
It's very good.
That's pretty good.
Doesn't matter how it looks as long as it tastes nice.
It's a baked mousse essentially, with the egg white and everything.
Yeah, that was delicious.
There's definitely more flavour in the cream, but I don't know what you could have done. Maybe a little bit of salt in the chocolate.
Yeah.
Just to bring the chocolate out a bit more. Apart from that,
It's very
really
nice.
fucking nice.
I would say success.
Is that what we're going to do at the end of videos?
Sure.
I would go this amount of, I don't know. It doesn't really, who cares?